successive increase or decrease, successive increase or successive decrease, successive increase or decrease, and its application, what is the definition of successive increase or decrease and its application? Now for me to discuss in detail about this concept, there are certain prerequisites. You need to know how to convert percentages to fractions. You need to know how to convert percentages to fractions. In case if you are listening this video for the first time, please go back to our channel. There are 2 videos which I kept. Unless you watch these 2 videos, this session number 3 will not be effective for you. Thematic based learning, session number 1, kindly watch it. Session number 2, kindly watch it. Once you watch session number 2, in particular session number 2, in session number 2 I discussed how to convert percentage to fractions. To understand what is thematic based learning, please go through session number 1 and session number 2. Session number 1 and session number 2. Session number 2, kindly watch it so that you will understand in detail how to convert percentage to fractions. This is extremely important for each one of you. Now, once you understand percentage to fractions, then another important key point is in successive. Listen carefully, sir. Based upon this class only, foundation class, a lot of problems in compound interest, profit loss and discount can be solved orally. Successive increase to decrease. A percentage will be given in the question. These percentage can be either an increase in value or it is a decrease in value. If decrease in value is given, that in profit loss and discount is called loss, or it can also be called as discount, or it can also be called as depreciation, The name is different, but the functionality remains the same, right? If there is a percentage decrease, we can also call it as loss, we can also call it as a discount, and we can also call it as depreciation. Listen carefully, sir. Successive change. Successive is nothing but repeated change. In these successive change, there are 2 types. The 2 types are successive increase or successive decrease. Successive increase or successive decrease. Right? Now, if there is a percentage given in the question, convert these percentage into a fraction. So it is nothing but change divided by initial value. So final value is nothing but initial value plus increase, or final value is nothing but initial value minus decrease. The change could be either an increase in value or it could be a decrease in value. The change could be either an increase in value or it could be a decrease in value. I hope the idea is clear. If there is only one fraction is given, simply the fraction could be an increase in value or it could be a decrease in value. The change could be either an increase or it could be decrease. That will be clearly stated in the question. The change could be either an increase or decrease. These successive increase or successive decrease. This idea, is used when there is more than 1% change. This concept is used. Successive increase, repeated change in values, repeated decrease in values. There could also be another the combination of increase or decrease or increase. There could be only increase in values, there could be only decrease in values, there could be a combination of increase or decrease in values, there could be a combination of increase or decrease in values. I hope these first slide it is clear. Now see here, one by one we will go for it. Suppose if there is a percentage, I will convert the percentage into a fraction. Fraction, denominator value is nothing but the initial value. Denominator is nothing but the initial value. Numerator is nothing but the change. Numerator is nothing but the change. If it is percentage increase, if it is percentage increase, final value is nothing but initial value plus change. If it is percentage decrease, final value is nothing but initial value minus change. Initial value minus change. Change is nothing but the numerator. In generally in lot of arithmetic related problems, percentage increase, it could also be a profit. It could also be a profit. It could also be a markup. It could also be a markup percentage. It could also be an rate of interest. It could also be a rate of interest. If there is a decrease, final value is initial value minus change. It could result in loss percentage. It could also be a discount percentage. It could also be a depreciation percentage. It could also be a depreciation percentage. If there is an increase symbol on the percentage increase, the same concept can also be used in profit percentage, markup percentage and rate of interest percentage. It could also use in loss percentage, discount percentage and depreciation percentage. I hope the idea is clear. Numerator always represents the change. Numerator always represents the change. Either we should add with the denominator or we should subtract it from the denominator depending upon increase symbol or a decrease symbol. Some foundation problems will solve, then we will get into a beautiful application of how to use successive change concept in compound interest problems. How to use successive change in compound interest problems. Extremely important concept. Now, first one. Now, if the percentage it is there, if I convert into fraction, I will get a numerator by denominator. I will get a numerator by denominator. Now see here. Suppose if it is profit percentage, denominator is nothing but cost price, numerator is nothing but profit. Numerator is nothing but profit. This is nothing but change by denominator. So selling price is nothing but cost price plus profit. Selling price is nothing but cost price plus profit. I hope the idea it is clear. Markup percentage is nothing but markup by cost price. This is nothing but change by initial value. What is that we discussed? Final value is initial value plus change. Final value is initial value plus change. So these is nothing but denominator is nothing, final value is nothing but denominator plus numerator. It is nothing but, 1 minute sir. Once you understand, then CI you can solve the problems in fingertips sir. Denominator plus numerator. Final value is denominator plus numerator. In profit percentage, initial value is the cost price. Change is nothing but profit. Final value is nothing but selling price. The idea remains the same. Initial value is nothing but cost price. Change is nothing but profit. Final value is nothing but selling price. Markup percentage. Markup is nothing but, I went to a shop, purchased a product at 10 rupees. There is no seal on the product. I added my own seal. I kept it as 20 rupees. Markup is nothing but markup percentage. 1 minute, sir. So these is nothing but market price is nothing but cost price plus markup. Cost price plus markup. Cost price plus markup. Markup percentage is markup by cost price. So market price equivalent to cost price plus markup percentage. Next, rate of interest percentage. Rate of interest percentage. These is nothing but the denominator is nothing but the principal. New change is nothing but the interest. So amount is nothing but principal plus interest. Please make a note. Amount is nothing but principal plus interest. The idea remains the same, whether it is profit percentage, whether it is markup percentage, or whether it is rate of interest percentage. Idea remains the same. Profit percentage, markup percentage, and rate of interest percentage. Amount is nothing but principal plus interest. Amount is nothing but principal plus interest. I hope the idea is clear. Right? Now we will solve few problems. Then we will get into the actual problems. Listen carefully, sir. One by one, listen carefully. Profit percentage is some foundation problems. 25%. Cost price is 240. Cost price is 240. Selling price is how much? 25% is nothing but 1 by 4. Denominator is always the initial value, which is cost price. Cost price is 4. Profit is nothing but 1. Selling price is 4 plus 1, which is nothing but 5. But what I want? 240 I want. 4 into 60 is 240. 5 into 60 is 300. 5 into 60 is 300. I hope the idea is clear. 25% is 1 by 4. So cost price is 4. Profit is 1. Selling price is 5. So but according to the question, 4 is given as 240. 4 into 60 is 240. 5 into 60 will be 300. Second question. Markup percentage. Idea remains the same. That is the beauty of thematic based learning. 16.67%. Cost price is 350. Cost price is 350. What is the market price? Markup percentage is 16.67%. Cost price is 350. Market price. These is nothing but 1 by 6. These is nothing but 1 by 6. Now see here. Listen carefully. I went to a shop, purchased a product at 6 rupees. There is no label on the product. I added 1 rupees extra to 6 rupees. Market price is nothing but 7 rupees. But according to the question, you make it as 300. So these 300. These 300. So 650s are 300. 750s are 350. I hope the idea it is clear. Right? So cost price is the price at which the product is purchased. Market price is the price at which the product is marked. I went and purchased a product at 300 rupees. Then I increased 1 rupees. I kept my logo with 1 rupee more, which is nothing but 7. 650s are 300. 750s are 350. Idea clear? First one and second one. First one and second one. Like that you can solve a lot of questions once the foundation is clear to you. Loss percentage. Loss percentage is 22.22%. Selling price is 280. Find the cost price. Entire profit, loss and discount can be solved like this. 22.22 is 2 by 9. Denominator is always the initial value, which is 9. Cost price is 9. Loss is nothing but 2. Selling price is 9 minus 2, 7. But according to the question, it is 280. 7 into 40 is 280. 9 into 40 is 360. 9 into 40 is 360. I hope the idea it is clear. discount percentage is 28.5714 percentage, selling price is 400. What is market price? What is market price? The new, whether it is a cost price or selling price, whether it is markup or discount, it's all about understanding the concept. Selling price is 400. Discount 28.5714. It is nothing but 2 by 7. So that means denominator, actually the price marked on the product is 7. My friend came, so I gave a discount of 2 rupees. Selling price is nothing but 7 minus 2, 5. But actually according to the question, it is 400. 580s are 400. 780s are 560. 780s are 560. I hope the idea is clear. Kindly right, let me know if the idea is clear. First 4 foundation problems based upon right this concept, I hope it is clear. Fifth question, see here sir. Fifth question, slightly increase, then we will, these will be the last problem in our foundation, right? Markup is nothing but 40 percentage, discount is nothing but 14.2857 percentage, markup is 40 percentage, discount is 14.2857 percentage, profit or loss percentage is how much? Profit or loss percentage is how much? Markup is 40. Markup is 40. This is nothing but 2 by 5. This is nothing but 2 by 5. Now, what is the traditional method and an optimal method? What is markup? Markup is nothing but cost price and numerator it is change. Market price is nothing but cost price plus change. I hope it is clear. That means I went to a shop, purchased a product at 5 rupees. I increased 2 rupees. I increased 2 rupees. So market price is nothing but 7. This is nothing but 1 by 7. 14.2857. This is nothing but change by market price. So selling price is nothing but market price minus change. Market price minus change. 7 1 decrease, it is nothing but selling price is nothing but 6. 5 is becoming 6. 5 is becoming 6. There is an increase of 1 on 5, which is nothing but 20 percentage. Which is nothing but 20 percentage. This is the traditional method. I hope the idea is clear. I went to a shop, purchased a product at 5 rupees. I increased 2 rupees on 5 rupees. So market price is 7. On 7 my friend came. I gave a discount of 1. 7 1 decrease, it is nothing but 6. 5 became 6. 5 became 6. Now if you observe here, there is one change here. And there is another change here. Change on change is nothing but successive change. Change on change is nothing but successive change. Change on change is nothing but successive change. Percentage on percentage is successive percentage. If I convert percentage into a fraction, I will get a numerator on change. So you call it in fraction, it is successive change. You call it in percentage, it has successive percentage. Or you can also solve this problem like this. Or you can solve this problem like this. Markup is nothing but 40 percentage. Discount is nothing but 28.5714 percentage. That means what is actual profit or loss percentage? What is actual profit or loss percentage? This is nothing but 2 by 5. This is nothing but 1 by 7. This is nothing but 1 by 7. Now listen carefully. Markup is nothing but increase. So initial value is nothing but the denominator 5. There is 2 increase, so it is 7. Discount, denominator, it is 7. There is 1 decrease, it is 6. One after the other. Fundamental principle of counting I can do into 5 is becoming 6. There is an increase of 1 on 5, which is nothing but 20 percentage, which is nothing but 20 percentage. Idea is clear. In case if you have not understood why it is into, go back and see the previous session. Session number 2, introductory problems are solved. One more. Markup percentage is 16 point, or let me take 50 percentage, and discount percentage is 33.33 percentage. Find the profit or loss percentage. Find the profit or loss percentage. Find the profit or loss. No formulas, nothing is required. 50 percentage is 1 by 2. 2 1 increase, it is nothing but 3. Discount, it is nothing but 1 by 3. 3 1 decrease, it is nothing but 2. 2 2 cancel, 3 3 cancel. So there will be no profit, no loss. There will be no profit and no loss. There will be no profit and no loss. I hope the idea it is clear. Markup percentage is 40 percentage. Markup is increase. Discount is decrease. 5 2 increase. 7 1 decrease. I hope the idea it is clear. Again I will write it. If it is percentage increase, what all values can be used here? In this concept, profit percentage can be used. Markup percentage can be used. Rate of interest percentage can be used. If it is percentage decrease, loss percentage can be used. Discount percentage can be used. Depreciation percentage can also be used. Depreciation percentage can also be used. I hope the entire idea of percentage increase and percentage decrease idea is clear to you. Percentage increase and percentage decrease. Wherever you find profit, markup and rate of interest, use this concept. What is the concept? Denominator is nothing but the initial value. Denominator is nothing but the initial value. Numerator is nothing but the change. Numerator is nothing but change. Final value is nothing but denominator plus numerator. Here also denominator is nothing but the initial value. Numerator is nothing but the change. Here final value is denominator minus numerator. Once you understand the concept, it's a very important concept. Now please write down. I hope this idea is clear to you. Once you understand, these are all very easy ideas. Next one, application of successive change. Application of successive change in compound interest problems. Application of successive change in compound interest problems. Listen carefully, sir. Application of successive change in compound interest problems. Now please note initial value is nothing but the principal. Principal is nothing but the principal is nothing but the sum borrowed. I need some money. I went and asked my friend from help. He gave me some money. The money which should be there in someone's pocket, it is there in my pocket. That sum is nothing. Sum borrowed is nothing but principal. Right? Interest is the nothing but the change, or it is nothing but the extra money I paid. Extra money I paid because I am using somebody's money for a certain period of time. I am using somebody's money for a certain period of time. Next one, final value. Final value is nothing but amount. Final value is nothing but amount. Amount is nothing but the right principal plus interest. Principal plus interest. Amount is nothing but principal plus interest. Final value is nothing but initial value plus interest. Final value is nothing but initial value plus interest. Final value is nothing but initial value plus change. In fact, here change is nothing but interest. So amount is nothing but principal plus interest. 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 These foundation should be extremely clear to you. I will start from basics. I will go to 1 year 6 months, 2 year 3 months, 2 year 6 months. Everything will be extremely clear to you. Extremely clear to you. I hope it is clear. Now, first question. 1 minute, sir. Kindly reply if it is clear. Now we will, so through problems we will understand each and every concept. Just to get the foundation right, I discussed all the basic understanding of percentage change. What value we will take as initial value, what value we will take it as a final value, what does the numerator represent, what does the denominator represent, what do you mean by percentage increase, what do you mean by percentage decrease. I hope the idea it is clear. Now problems. Slowly we will start from basics and we will go to advanced level. Principal is 36. R percentage is 25 percentage. 25 percentage. What is the amount and what is the compound interest? What is the amount and what is the compound interest? It is for n equivalent to 1 year. I went to my friend, I bought 36 rupees. He said, please repay the entire amount after 1 year. So rate is 25 percentage, amount and CI. 25 percentage, it is nothing but 1 by 4. Denominator is nothing but the principal. Numerator is nothing but the interest. Just now we discussed. So principal is 4. Interest is nothing but 1. Amount is nothing but principal plus interest. 4 plus 1, 5. But according to the question, it is given as 36. 4 9s are 36. All the values multiply by 9. Start with the foundation problem. 36, 9 and 45. Compound interest is nothing but 9. Amount is nothing but 45. Amount is nothing but 45. I hope the idea it is clear. For n equivalent to 1 year, we will start with n equivalent to 1 year. Denominator is always the principal, numerator is always the interest, amount is principal plus interest. Amount is principal plus interest. Now second question. P is nothing but 120. R1 is nothing but 20 percentage. R2 is nothing but 25 percentage. R2 is nothing but 25 percentage. Find the amount and find the compound interest. First year it is 20 percentage, second year 25 percentage. Find the amount and compound interest. 20 percentage is 1 by 5. 25 percentage is 1 by 4. 5, there is one increase. It is all depreciation means negative, other all positive. 5 1 increase, it is 6. 4 1 increase, it is 5. So it is into one event is happening after the other event. 5 5 change. 4 is nothing but 6. It is nothing but the initial value P. This is nothing but the final value. Change is nothing but 2 is the interest. But according to the question, it is 120. It is 120. So 4 is becoming 120. So a principal will become 30 times. If it is 30 times, amount is 6 into 30. Interest is 2 into 30. So CI value is 60. Amount value is 180. Principal value when it is 120. Very easy. You don't need to use formula unless and until it is required. 5 1 increase, it is 6. 4 1 increase, it is 5. 5 5 change. 4 is becoming 6. 4 is becoming 6. But according to the question, it is 120. 4 30s are 120. 6 30s are, it is 180. So compound interest, it is nothing but 60, amount is nothing but 180. Second question. Third question. One by one, slowly we will grow in our concept. Slowly we will grow in our concept. Third question. See here. Listen carefully, sir. Third one. R1 is nothing but 25 percentage. CI for 2 years is nothing but 180. Find the amount and find the principal. R percentage is 25 percentage. CI for 2 years is 180. Find the amount and principal. 25 percentage is 1 by 4. Denominator always represents the initial value. 4 1 increase, it is 5. This is for first year. Second year also it is 25. 4 is nothing but 5. So one event after another event. This is 16 and it is 25. The initial value represents the principal. Final value represents the amount. Change is nothing but 9, which is compound interest. But according to the question, it is 180. So it is 9 into 20, 180. Principal 16 into 20, 320. 25 into 20, it is 500. Very easily you will get the answer. Amount is nothing but 500. Principal is nothing but 320. When the rate is 25 percentage and CI for 2 years is 180. No usage of formula here. What is the concept that we are using? We are using the concept of successive change. 4 4s are 16. 5 5s are 25. 16 became 25. Change is nothing but 9. 9 is becoming 180. 9 20s are 16 20s are 25 20s are 16 20s are 25 20s are. I hope the idea it is clear. Fourth question. It's all about ideas, sir. It's all about ideas in our class. R percentage is nothing but 22.22 percentage. Principal is nothing but 243. N is nothing but 2 years. N is nothing but 2 years. Amount we require and compound interest we require. R is 22.22 percentage. Principal is 243. Now see here. 22.22 is 2 by 9. It is 2 by 9. So 9 there is 2 increase, which is 11. 2 years it is given. Second year also 9 is becoming 11. So one event after the other event. This is 81 and it is 121. 81 is becoming 243. So it is into 3. Amount also will become into 3. So it is 363. Amount is 363. The change is nothing but 40. This is nothing but interest. 40 into 3 is 120. 243 plus 120 is 363. Only thing you have to be extremely good is in percentage to fraction conversion. If you are good in percentage to fraction conversion, all these problems can be solved very quickly. Entire week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, every day at morning 8:30, I will take compound interest problems. Compound interest problems. Listen all the class, almost 15 to 16 types of questions I will solve. 200 plus varieties of questions we will plan to solve in only compound interest and simple interest. After that, this topic will be a cakewalk topic for you. I hope the idea it is clear. Fourth one. Next one. Fifth one. Fifth one. Thematic based learning. Principal is nothing but 240. R1 percentage, it is nothing but 12.5 percentage. R2 percentage, it is 11.11 percentage. R3 percentage, it is nothing but 9.09 percentage. 9.09. right? Find the amount after 3 years and find the compound interest after 3 years. These are nothing but 1 by 8. These are nothing but 1 by 9. These are nothing but 1 by 11. 1 by 11. Or you take just, we will play initially with a smaller values, then we will get into an higher values. You take it as a 10 percentage. These 1 by 10. These 1 by 10. Now see here. 8 there is 1 increase, 9. 9 1 increase, which is nothing but 10. 10 1 increase, which is nothing but 11. 9 9 cancel, 10 10 cancel. 8 became 11. According to the question, it is 340. According to the question, it is 240. 8 into 30 is 240. 11 into 30 is 330. Change is nothing but 330 and 240. Change is nothing but 90. Compound interest, it is nothing but 90. I hope it is clear. Next question. Fifth one, I hope it is clear. Sixth one. Sixth one. Sir, now see here. P is nothing but 320. R percentage is nothing but 25 percentage. Time period is nothing but 1 year 6 months. Time period is nothing but 1 year 6 months. Find the final amount and find the final compound interest. Easy question, right? P is 320. There is no use of any P into 1 plus R percentage power N. All that, you don't need to use it if you know the concept. Right? Now, see here. P is 320. R is 25 percentage. Time period is 1 year 6 months. Now, see here, how am I solving this question? 25 percentage is 1 by 4. So, this is the first year. This is the first year. And it is the second year. Rate of interest for the first year is, or for 1 year, 1 by 4 is for 1 year. 1 year is nothing but 12 months. 1 year is nothing but 12 months. But I want for 6 months. I want for 6 months. So it is half of 1 by 4, which is nothing but 1 by 8. Which is nothing but 1 by 8. 1 by 4 is for 1 year. Here, whatever I want to write, I wrote it above. So I am erasing this. 1 by 4 is for 1 year. So it is for 12 months. 6 months it is 1 by 8. So first year it is 4. 1 increase, it is nothing but 5. In the second year I want it in 6 months. 6 months I got 1 by 8. 8, 1 increase, it is nothing but 9. 4 8s are 32. 5 9s are 45. So these 32 is becoming 320 into 10. So principal is 320. Amount is 45 into 10, which is 450. CI is nothing but 13 into 10, which is 130. Such an easy question if you know the concept. If it is total second year some rate is given, I will write that rate, but only 6 months is given. 1/4 is for 12 months, and the same rate is continuing for the next year. Next year, instead of 12 months, I need to take 6 months. 6 months is half of 12 months. So half of 1 by 4 is 1 by 8. So for first year it is 1 by 8. 6 months it is 1 by, first year it is 1 by 4. Second year it should be entire 1 year it is 1 by 4. But for 6 months it is nothing but 1 by 8. 4 1 increase 5. 8 1 increase, it is 9. I hope the idea it is clear. We will solve one more. P is nothing but 420. 420. R percentage is nothing but 14.2857 percentage. 14.2857 percentage. Time period is 1 year 3 months. Time period, it is 1 year 3 months. What if it is 1 year 3 months, find the amount and find the compound interest. Such an easy question. 14.2857, which is 1 by 7. 7, 1 increase, it is 8. First year. So 1 by 7 is for 12 months. 1 by 7 is for 12 months. For 3 months, how much it is? So 1/4 of 1 by 7, which is 1 by 28. So 28 becomes 1 increase, it is 29. 7 into 28, these 8 into 29. So 4 2s are, 4 7s are. So these 49 and it is 58. So let me take it as 490. We will start with some easier calculation. 490. So it is into 10. It is also into 10. Amount is 580. CI is nothing but 9 into 10, 90. 9 into 10, 90. I hope the idea it is clear. 1 year 6 months, 1 year 2 months, 1 year 3 months, anything you can do it. Now, please write down, sir. Another one, 8th one. Idea clear, right? 8th one. 8th one. Principal is nothing but 900. R percentage is nothing but 11.11 percentage. Time period is nothing but 1 year 73 days. 1 year 73 days, right? It is given in the question that it is a non-leap year which has 365 days. 365 days. Find the compound interest and find the amount. Such an easy question. Lot of students will find this question as difficult, but actually it's an easy question. 11.11, which is nothing but 1 by 9. 9 1 increase, which is nothing but 10. But for 1 by 9 is for entire 1 year, which is nothing but 365 days. But I want the question for 73 days, which is 1/5 of 365. 1/5 of 1 by 9 is 1 by 45. So this is 45 and 1 increase is nothing but 46. I hope the idea is clear. 9 into 5 and it is 10 into 46. These nothing but 5 9s are 45. These nothing but 5 2s are 10. So 81 is becoming 92. 81 is becoming 92. 900. 900 means 900 by 81. 900s are and 9 9s are. So it is 11.11. So final amount is nothing but 92 into 11.11. CI is nothing but 11 into 11.11. I hope the idea is clear. He can give it in months or he can also give it in days. Idea is clear. Still there are lot of more methods. Once you start solving the problems, each and every model I will cover it. When I take up a topic, I will discuss in detail every possible model. 9th question, please write down. Still we are in 2 years. After this we will take 3 years. R percentage is 25%. R percentage is 25%. Now N is nothing but 3 years. N is nothing but 3 years, which is 6,400. Find the amount and find the compound interest. Find the amount and the compound interest. Now see here, these nothing but 25% is 1 by 4. 4 1 increase, which is 5. Second year 4 1 increase, it is 5. Third year 4 1 increase, it is 5. For 3 years it is 4 4 4 4, which is 64. 5 5 5 5, which is 125. 64 is becoming 6,400. So it is into 100. Amount will become 12500. CI will become 6,100. 6,100. I hope it is clear. I hope the idea it is clear. idea it is clear, right? So this is nothing but amount is 12,500, P is 6,400, CI is how much? Now see here, sir, in the previous question, I hope this idea it is clear. P is nothing but 600, R is nothing but 25%. It is for 6 months. It is for 6 months, which is nothing but it will become 1 by 8. 8 becomes 9. These for the first year. Second year also 8 becomes 9. So these nothing but 64 and 81. 64 and 81. 64 and 81. Let us take it as 640. So, but according to the question, it is 640 and it is 810. So, principal is nothing but 640, which is 10 times. Amount is nothing but 810 and CI is nothing but 170. CI is nothing but 170. CI is nothing but 170. I hope the idea it is clear. If it is 1 by 4 for entire 1 year, for 6 months it is 1 by 8. 8 becomes 9, 8 becomes 9. 64 is nothing but 81. But according to the question 640, 640 is becoming 810. So extra is nothing but 170. Now if you observe a small observation, if it is compounded yearly, if it is compounded yearly and it is compounded half yearly, what is that extra that you are getting? Let us see. If it is yearly, if it is compounded half yearly, after entire 1 year, amount is 810 and CI is 170. CI is 170. If it is yearly, these nothing but 4 becomes 1, increase 5. So these nothing but 640. These nothing but 800. So if it is yearly, the amount will be 800. But if it is half yearly, amount will be 810. That means I am getting something extra by making it compounded half yearly. By making it compounded half yearly. I hope the idea it is clear. Kindly reply in the live chat. I hope the idea should be extremely clear to you, sir. Extremely clear to you. So if the compounded, if it is half yearly, final amount is 810. If I do it only yearly, final amount will be 800. So I am getting something extra because I am doing compounding twice. I am doing compounding twice. Next question. Please write down, sir. Please write down. P is nothing but 800. R percentage is nothing but 20%. Let us see the difference once again. Compounded yearly, compounded half yearly, compounded half yearly, right? Compounded quarterly, compounded quarterly. Yearly means it is for 12 months. Half yearly months, it is for 6 months. Quarterly means these for 3 months. Quarterly is 1 by 4th of 12. These is nothing but 1/4 of 12. These is nothing but half of 12. That is nothing but 12. I hope it is clear. 12 months, 20%. It is 1 by 5. 5, there is one increase, it is 6. It is 1800. 5 into 360. 6 into 360, it is 2160. It is 5 into 360. I hope the idea it is clear. If it is for 6 months, so 1 by 5 into 1 by 2, it is 1 by 10. 10 1 increase, it is 11. Again 10 1 increase, it is 11. 100 becomes 121. So it is nothing but into 18. So 121 into 18 I will get. 1/5 of, it is total for every 3 months. 3 months means total compounding how many times I will do? Total 4 times I will do. These 1 by 20, 21 increase 21, 21 increase 21, 21 increase 21, 21 increase 21. I hope the idea it is clear. Kindly reply in the live chat if the idea it is clear. 6 months means compounding is done twice. Quarterly means for every 3 months I am doing it. Total 4 times I will do it. Total 4 times I will do it. Is the idea clear? Next variety. P is 2400. P is 2400. R percentage is 16.67 percentage. Time period is 2 years 6 months. Time period is 2 years 6 months. Find the amount and find the compound interest. So these is nothing but first year, second year, and the third one it is 6 months. First year it is 12 months, so it is 1 by 6. Here also 1 by 6. 1 by 6 into 1 by 12. 1 by 2 is 1 by 12. 6 became 7. 6 becomes 7. 12 becomes 13. So these is nothing but 36 into 12, and this is 7 into 7 into 13. So here it is 2400. So it is nothing but 12. 12 it is nothing but 200 by 36. 200 by 36. It is also 200 by 36. It is also 200 by 36. CI is nothing but amount minus principal. CI is nothing but amount minus principal. I hope the idea is crystal clear to you. Don't get intimidated if it is 6 months, 3 months or days it is given. Now we know the approach, how to solve the question. 6 1 increase 7, 6 1 increase 7, 12 1 increase it is 13. Idea is clear. Next one. Next one. Now see here. Now there is a catch. Now what is that catch? We will see. Suppose if it is R percentage is 25 percentage, principal is 347, N is nothing but 2 years, N is nothing but 2 years. Find the amount and find the compound interest. Find the amount and find the compound interest. 25 percentage is 1 by 4. 4 1 increase it is 5. 4 1 increase it is 5. These nothing but 16 becomes 25. 16 and 347. Finding these multiplication factor. This is in decimal value. This is in decimal value. These multiplication factor, it is in decimal value. Anything which is in decimal value, the calculation time will be more. I hope you are all there with me. Calculation time will be more. So this will take little bit of more calculation time. This will take little bit of more calculation time. That is the reason this method, if the principal is not a multiple of the denominator of the fraction, then this method will take more calculation time. If the principal, please write down, sir. If the principal is not a multiple, if the principal is not a multiple of denominator in R percentage, this method will take a lot of calculation time. I hope it is clear. Successive change starting from basics. First we did it for 1 year, then 2 years, then 1 year 73 days, 1 year 182.5 days, 1 year 6 months, 1 year 9 months, 2 year 3 months, 2 year 6 months. Like that, a lot of problems can be solved by using successive percentage. Now please write down method number 2. Method number 2. What is method number 2? If R percentage is numerator by denominator, if R percentage is numerator by denominator, assume principal as denominator power k. Denominator power k. What is k here? K is the time period given. K is the time period. K is the time period. K is the time period. If the time period given is in months, if the time period given is in months, take k value as the number of years. Take k value as the number of years. For example, if time period is given as 1 year 6 months, that means in the second year, 6th month is in progression. So k is nothing but 2. If the time period given as 2 years 4 months, if the time period is given as 2 years 4 months, 4th month of 3rd year is in progression, k is nothing but 3. If r percentage is numerator by denominator, right? Assume principal equivalent to denominator power k. If r percentage is 36 percentage, it is 36 by 100, which is 9 by 25. Every percentage can be converted into a fraction. Every percentage can be converted into a fraction. Assume principal equivalent to denominator power k. Very, very important point. Very, very important point. R percentage is numerator by denominator. Principal as denominator power k. Assume principal as denominator power k. Once you understand this, then lot of problems are easier. First we will write important key points. First we will write important key points. First key point, if r percentage is numerator by denominator, principal is nothing but denominator power k. Next one, second key point, in case of simple interest, interest remains same every year. Interest remains same every year. Interest remains same every year. Third one, in case of compound interest, right? It will be interest on interest, interest on interest plus existing interest. Interest on interest plus existing interest. Interest on interest plus existing interest. Compound interest is nothing but it is SI plus something. What is that something? It is nothing but interest on interest. It is nothing but interest on interest. Banking, it is nothing but compound interest. Fourth key point, in case of first year, simple interest is equivalent to compound interest. Only in case of first year, simple interest and compound interest are equal. Make a note of these 4 important key points. R percentage, rate is numerator by denominator. Assume principal as denominator power k. When this concept is used, when the principal is not a multiple of the denominator in the fraction of R percentage. Assume principal as denominator power k. In case of simple interest, interest remains same for every year. In case of compound interest, existing interest and interest on interest. Existing interest and interest on interest. I will take problems and I will explain. In case of first year, simple interest and compound interest are same. In case of first year, simple interest and compound interest are same. Now we will solve some problems. One by one, we will try to solve as many problems as possible. First one, R percentage is nothing but 28.5714 percentage. Simple interest for 3 years. Simple interest for 3 years. It is nothing but 60. It is nothing but 60. Find the principal and find the compound interest. R percentage is 28.5714. Simple interest for 3 years is 60. Find the principal and the compound interest. These is nothing but 2 by 7. Just now we discussed in case of simple interest, interest remains same every year. Interest remains same every year. Interest remains same every year. So first year it is 2 by 7. Second year also it is 2 by 7. Third year also it is 2 by 7. Every year it is 2 by 7. It is totally for 3 years, which is nothing but 6 by 7. Which is nothing but 6 by 7. Denominator is always the principal. Principal is 7. Total interest is nothing but 6. Amount is nothing but 7 plus 6, 13. But according to the question, it is 60, 10 times 70 and 130. Amount is nothing but, amount principal is nothing but 70, right? CI is, sorry, it is amount, sir. It is amount is nothing but 130. Amount is nothing, that CI also we can determine, but we will go little step by step, thematic based learning. These nothing but principal, these nothing but amount. Simple interest for 3 years. I hope it is clear. Now we will see. Now these are very easy question. That means in case of simple interest, R percentage is for first year. If R percentage is for the first year, second year also it will be R percentage. First year it is R, second year also it is R. So for T number of years, it is nothing but TR percentage. TR percentage is nothing but TR by 100. This is for T number of years. This is for T number of years. Denominator is nothing but the principal. For 100, I got the interest as, for 100, I got the interest as a TR. But instead of 100, if it is P, how much it is? P by 100 into TR. I hope the proof is clear. Simple interest is nothing but PTR by 100. Simple interest is nothing but PTR by 100. You don't need to mug up these formulae. It comes very naturally to you. Simple interest is PTR by 100. R percentage is for the first year. In case of simple interest, interest remains same every year. Interest remains same every year. In case of simple interest, interest remains same every year. First year R, second year R, third year R. T number of years, it is TR percentage. So it is TR by 100. If the principal is 100, interest is TR. If it is P, P by 100 into TR. So simple interest is nothing but PTR by 100. I hope the proof is clear. I hope the proof is clear. Next one. Second question, some foundation questions. R percentage is nothing but 25 percentage. R percentage is nothing but 25 percentage. N is nothing but 2 years. N is nothing but 2 years. N is nothing but 2 years. P is nothing but 320. P is nothing but 320. First question, simple interest for 2 years. Simple interest for 2 years. Second question, compound interest for 2 years. Compound interest for 2 years. Third question, compound interest for second year. Compound interest for second year. Third question, compound interest for 2 years minus simple interest for 2 years. Compound interest minus for 2 years minus simple interest for 2 years. Fifth question, compound interest for second year 2 years minus compound interest for second year. compound interest for second year. 5 questions. Once you understand, it is very easy. Now see here. First we will write down the note here. Once we write the note, R percentage is numerator by denominator. P is denominator power k. This concept is used everywhere, right? So that multiplication factor concept will take a little more time. Now see here. R percentage is 25%, which is 1 by 4. So principal is nothing but for 2 years it is given. K is the time period. 4 square is 16. 4 square is 16. Listen carefully, sir. This is first year and it is second year. First year, interest remains same for first year and second year. So it is 1/4 of 16, which is 4, which is SI. Second year also, which is 1/4 of 16, which is nothing but 4. First year SI, second year SI. So total SI for 2 years, it is nothing but 8. When the principal is 16, SI for 2 years, it is nothing but 8. But it is 320. 16 into 20. 8 into 20 is 160. First one answer is 160. Now, what is CI? CI is nothing but interest on interest. Interest on interest plus existing interest. So, we are getting into CI. SI for first year over, SI for second year over. Now we are in the second year. Second year, CI is SI plus SI is 4 plus interest on interest. This is the interest on that one, interest on interest. 1/4 of 4 is nothing but 1. 1/4 of 4 is nothing but 1. Now if you observe here, 4, 4, 1. Listen carefully, sir. Listen carefully. This you should understand it. This is SI for first year. This is SI for second year. This total is SI for 2 years. SI for 2 years. This is CI for second year. This is CI for second year. This is total is nothing but CI for 2 years. I hope it is clear. Now CI for 2 years. CI for 2 years is 4 plus 4 plus 1, 9. 16 is becoming 320. 20 times 920s are 180. 920s are 180. CI for second year. Second year is only this one, vertical one. 4 plus 1 is 5. 16 is becoming 320. 16 20s are 320. So 520s are 100. CI for the second year is nothing but 100. CI for the second year is nothing but 100. CI for 2 years, which is 9. SI for 2 years, which is nothing but 8. 9 minus 8 is 1. 16 20s are 320. 120s are 20. I hope the idea it is clear. CI for 2 years it is 9. CI for the second year it is nothing but 5. 9 minus 5 is nothing but 4. 9 minus 5 is nothing but 4. 16 becomes 320 into 20. 4 into 20 is 80. No formula usage, just logically you will get the answer. Again I am explaining you for the second time. 25% is 1 by 4. Principal is the denominator power k. K is the time period. N is given 2 years. 4 square is 16. So if P is 16, SI for the first year, 1/4 of 16. SI for the second year, 1/4 of 16. For first year, SI is 4. For second year, SI is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. 16 is becoming 320. 20 times 8 into 420, it is 40, it is 320. First one, it is over. CI for second year. CI is SI plus interest on interest. Already 4 is there. Previous value, there is an interest amount. Interest on interest. 1/4 of 4 is nothing but 1. So, SI for the second year is 4. CI for the second year is 4 plus something. That something value is 1. CI for the second year is 5. 16 is becoming 320 into 20. 5 into 20 is nothing but 100. Total it is 4 plus 4 plus 1, it is 9. 9 is nothing but 16 is 320. 9 is 9 into 20, 180. I hope CI for 2 years is given, D is given, difference is also you can calculate, D is also you can calculate. I hope it is clear. Now I will write it very, very clearly in the next one. D is principal, D is this one. Suppose if it is A value, here also it is A value. This is interest on interest, it is B value. Right? Please write down. SI for 2 years. SI for 2 years is nothing but A plus A, 2A. CI for 2 years. CI for 2 years is nothing but 2A plus B. 2A plus B. Next one. CI for the second year. CI for the second year. It is nothing but A plus B. It is nothing but A plus B. Very, very important point. Very, very important point. What is this A value? R percentage is numerator by denominator. P is nothing but denominator, because for it is 2 years, it is 2 square. So interest is nothing but right, A value. What is A value? A value is nothing but P into R percentage. A value. Please don't confuse it with A is the, I think you might get confused. Please, this is not the amount, sir. Amount it is capital A, but A is a variable here. A is a variable. I hope the idea it is clear. SI for first year it is A. Second year also it is A. Total SI for 2 years is 2A. Total CI is nothing but for 2 years is SI for 2 years plus something. So this is nothing but B. B is nothing but R percentage of A. B is nothing but R percentage of A. Once we do one more problem, then it will be extremely clear to you. All this is also not required once you know the concept. Suppose P is nothing but 14.9. R percentage is nothing but 14.2857. 14.2857. Now see here, sir. 14.2857. First question. CI for 2 years minus SI for 2 years. Minus SI for 2 years. Second question. CI for 2 years minus CI for second year. Minus CI for second year. Third question. Simple interest for 2 years minus SI for second year. Fourth question. CI for 2 years. All that we will solve. Now one by one it is an easy thing, sir. Now if you see, let's take it as 490. 14.2857 is 1 by 7. So it is nothing but 7 square 49. So these is nothing but 1/7 of 49, which is 7. 1/7 of 49, which is 7. 1/7 of 7, which is nothing but 1. What is this one? Interest on interest. Once you are able to write like this, then all the problems becomes very easy for you. Now, what is the first question? CI for 2 years, which is 15. SI for 2 years, which is 14. Difference is nothing but 1. Difference is nothing but 1. 49 tens are 490. 1 tens are 10. First one answer is nothing but 10. First one answer is nothing but 10. CI for 2 years, which is 15. CI for second year, which is nothing but 8. Which is nothing but 7. 49 tens are for 490, 7 tens are 70. 7 tens are 70. I hope the idea is clear. SI for 2 years, which is 14. SI for second year, 7. 14 minus 7 is 7. It is nothing but 70. SI for 2 years, SI for 2 years is total, it is 15. 49 tens are 490. 15 tens are, it is nothing but 150. 15 tens are, it is nothing but 150. I hope the idea it is clear. So once you understand how to write, these is nothing but the first year, these is nothing but the second year. SI, interest remains same for every year. Interest remains same for every year. In case of SI, in case of CI, in case of CI, it is nothing but SI plus interest on interest. SI plus interest on interest. I hope the idea it is clear. Now, please write down one important point, one important observation. Now see here, R percentage is numerator by denominator. R percentage is numerator by denominator. What is the assume principal equivalent to denominator power k? Assume denominator principal equivalent to denominator power k. Now listen carefully. Now see here, sir. For example, n equivalent to 2 years. N equivalent to 2 years. R percentage is of the form 1 by denominator. R percentage is of the form 1 by denominator. Principal will become denominator square. Am I right? So, this is first year and it is second year. First year it will become 1 by denominator into denominator square, which is the denominator. This is nothing but denominator. This will become 1 by denominator into denominator, which is nothing but 1. Which is nothing but 1. Now see here. Now see here. Now I want CI for 2 years minus SI for 2 years. CI for 2 years minus SI for 2 years. SI for 2 years is 2dr. Are you with me? Total CI for 2 years is 2dr plus 1. 2dr plus 1. These cancelled, these cancel. What is the answer? 1. Please make a note of it, sir. If n is 2 years and R percentage is of the form 1 by 2 dr, very important conclusion. CI for 2 years minus SI for 2 years, which is nothing but 1. The difference between compound interest and simple interest for 2 years it will be 1 if R percentage is 1 by dr. After this concept I will discuss what if it is not 1 by dr, if it is not of the form 1 by dr. CI for 2 years minus SI for 2 years. The difference between SI for 2 years and CI for 2 years, it is nothing but 1. Now write down the question. Question is R percentage is 25 percentage. R percentage is 25 percentage. Compound interest for 2 years minus simple interest for 2 years, which is nothing but, if this is given as 12, find the value of P. Find the value of P. R percentage is 25 percentage. Compound interest for 2 years minus simple interest for 2 years, it is 12. Find the principal. Just now we discussed R percentage, if it is 1 by dr, right? Principal will become 16, 4 square. CI for 2 years. CI for 2 years minus SI for 2 years. This will become 1. But according to the question, it is 12. So principal will become 16 into 12, 192. Directly you can write it. I hope the idea is clear. No need of using any formula. Anyway, I will not use any formula in the class. R percentage is 25 percentage. P is denominator square 16. CI for 2 minus SI for 2, it is nothing but 1. But according to the question, it is 12. 1 into 12, 16 into 12 is 192. First problem, I hope it is clear. Second problem, if it is 11.11, if it is 11.11 and principal is 243, principal is 243, CI for 2 years, CI for 2 years minus SI for 2 years, minus SI for 2 years. Once you understand, it's a simple cakewalk, sir. These are nothing but 1 by 9. That means if the principal is 81, what is that we discussed? CI for 2 years minus SI for 2 years minus SI for 2 years, it will become 1. But according to the question, it is 243. 1 3s are 3. I hope the idea it is clear, right? If there is a particular variation, if the R percentage is of the form 1 by denominator, principal will become denominator square and CI for 2 years minus SI for 2 years, it is nothing but 1. It is nothing but 1. I hope this idea it is clear. What if it is not 1 by dr? Let us solve. R percentage is 28.5714 percentage. Principal is 531. 531. Question. CI for 2 years, how much? Amount also how much? R percentage is 28.5714. Principal is 531. CI for 2 years and amount 28.5714, which is nothing but 2 by 7. So if you observe, 531 is not a multiple of 7. So assume principal equivalent to denominator power k. Denominator power k. So principal is nothing but 7 square, which is nothing but 14.9. So first year it is 1/7 of 14, 2 by 7th of it is 2 by 7, which is nothing but 14. Second year it is remains the same 14. Here it is 2 by 7 of 14, which is nothing but 4. Which is nothing but 4. I hope it is clear. Now, if the principal is 14.9, if the principal is 14.9, what is total CI for 2 years? Total CI for 2 years is 14 plus 4, 18, 28, 28 plus 4, 32. Total CI for 2 years is 32, but according to the question, it is 531. So answer is nothing but 531 by 49 into 32. If the principal is not a multiple of the denominator in R percentage, take this value. Assume principal equivalent to denominator power k. 7 square is 14.9. First year 2 by 7 of 14.9, which is 14. Second year SI remains the same, 2 by 7 of 14.9, which is nothing but 14. CI is nothing but SI plus interest on interest. Interest is 14. 2 by 7th of 14 is nothing but 4, which is nothing but 4. Total CI for 2 years is 32 when the principal is 14.9. But according to the question, it is 531. So 531 by 49 into 32. You got the answer. I hope the approach it is clear. Now see here, one more problem. R is nothing but 37.5 percentage. Principal is nothing but 117. Principal is nothing but 117. N is nothing but 2 years. N is nothing but 2 years. First question, find the amount. Second question, find the CI for 2 years. Third question, find the difference between CI for 2 years and CI for second year. CI for second year. All these three we will solve. 37.5 percentage is 3 by 8. 117 is not a multiple of 8 square, 8. So what you will do is assume principal equivalent to denominator power k. 8 square is 64. First year it is nothing but 3 by 8 of 64, which is 24. Second year also it is same, 3 by 8 of 64, which is 24. CI is SI plus interest on interest. 3/8 of 24 is nothing but 9. 3/8 of 24 is nothing but 9. This is for the first year and this for the second year. Now one by one we will go. One by one. Now it is easy. CI for 2 years. When the principal is 64, CI for 2 years it is nothing but 48 plus 9, which is nothing but 57. But according to the question it is 117. So 117 by 64 into 57. Idea is clear? CI for 2 years minus CI for second year, which is nothing but 57 and 48, which is 9. When the principal is 64, CI for 2 years minus CI for second year, which is nothing but 9. But according to the question, which is 117. 117 by 64 into 9. We will get the answer. I hope the idea it is clear. We have solved a lot of problems. First we discussed what is successive change. Then we discussed how it can be used in profit loss and discount problems. Then we discussed it for 1 year. 1 year 6 months. 1 year 9 months. 2 years 3 months. 2 years 6 months. Right, compounded half yearly. What is the amount after 6 months? What is the amount after 1 year? What if the principal is not a multiple of the denominator? All the concepts we discussed.